Hi there, I'm Ashley, and I am going to give you some big sister advice on business. I'm sure you're thinking, well, what do you know about business? Well, in my 32 years of life, this will now be the fourth business that I have created. My first business I started when I was 20 years old. Is that what I'm doing now? Heck no. First piece of advice that I will give you is be okay with failure. Learn to accept failure. When people hear that I've had now 4 businesses in my life, they think, oh, that's a lot of failure. I like to think of it like that's a lot of fearlessness. I've accepted failure and I've walked away from opportunities that weren't serving me anymore, walked away from businesses, had to close the doors. That's just part of how it is. If something's not working, move on. If something needs changing, change it. I think it's easy for entrepreneurs to get into this idea that what they are doing has to work. Something that I've implemented in the business, the brand that I've been creating now, is it being adaptable, it being able to change. The next piece of advice that I will give you, I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times, but let me just reiterate it to you. Do not mix friends and business. Do not mix family and business. In reality, when you're starting your business, you're going to do everything and anything you possibly can to keep that business afloat. And a lot of times that is going to rub people the wrong way. They can be part of what you're doing, they can support you, but as for putting them on the payroll, don't do that. Be okay with stepping out of the box. Just because what you're doing is different in your niche doesn't mean it's wrong. Sometimes it's just new. People aren't used to it. They don't understand it because new is out of the comfort zone. And a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zone. So if you're doing something different, don't think that it's wrong. Just let it play out. Keeping overhead costs, keeping your bills low in the first few years of business is going to be crucial. Comparing businesses from this business that I have now to back then, I realized that what I'm doing now is so much more cost efficient. I'm able to breathe a bit better. I'm not so stressed about how I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to survive. That's something that I really had to learn the first time, was instead of